Hi, everybody. This is Belinda, and you're at Belinda's Book Nook, and I'm here to do Friday reads. I wanted to update you with my reading so far and see how you guys are for February. As usual, did I just say several times? Like we're just meeting. I don't know who that is. Who is this person? I said up again. I was listening to somebody talk about editing their videos and they took out every time they said and I said, I don't know if I say that often. Clearly I do. I'm not going to even go back and re-examine my videos to see how often I do because I didn't realize until just then that it's flowing. It's flowing quite frequently. I am going to see, I caught myself. I'm going to share with you a little bit about my reading so far. And as usual, I can't just stick to my list. So I've picked a couple other things that I'm thinking about reading. And I'll tell you why, and I think you will agree that it's a good option. I said it. Oh my, now I'm going to be paranoid about the ums. I'm going to try to pause or go faster when I think I'm going to say it. And let's see how that works, okay? Because I'm not going through to edit to find all the ums. So I'm going to say sorry right now for it. But the first book that I wanted to talk to you guys about, now I'm like, I should not have said it. It's like once you say it, now it's on my mind. I'm probably going to say it more than I normally do. This is what I'm going to say. I have Homemade Love by J. California Cooper. And this is the one I'm reading for the Read So Lit book club. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Dee Dee, why? Why must I take years sometimes to listen to you? She's been talking about this author for years. I am going to go faster because I'm getting ready to say it. And so I wanted to read it, and I'm so glad that she used it for the book club because it would force me to actually sit down and pick the book up. I have this one, and oh no, I've moved things now because I have my blind TBR. I have another one. Oh, I do say it a lot. I'm sorry. I have another one of her books that I have not read as well. I think maybe one or two. So I'm definitely going to get to them. This is like a short story collection. I started reading it on my own, and I'm going to say that when I was reading it, I was reading it out loud and I was putting on certain voices, which I kind of found very engaging for me. Then I found the audiobook, which I'm always, whatever I'm reading, I always search because I'm curious. A, can I find it? B, will it be an aid for me to get through the book better? Will it enhance the experience? 100% for this book. I found the audiobook. I think it was the second or the third story I came in on the audio. And then I had to go back to listen. It was that good. There's different narrators, which I'm going to go through and find out who they are after I finish reading because I don't know. It doesn't like say who they are outright, or maybe they did in the beginning, but I don't want to rewind it till that. So it might actually say too at the end of the book. Oftentimes they'll say, narrated by blah, 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 and then I'll scratch them down on paper. But these stories are so good and engaging, and I can't wait for the discussion to talk about the book and see what everybody else thinks about. I can't imagine that anybody is gonna not like the book. Very easy read, and I don't read a lot of short stories collections, and I really feel like this could be something I really want to pick up more often if it's done well. Because let's face it, there are probably some out there that are bombs for me and that would just turn me off. But if this was my first, it isn't, but if this was my first, I would totally love to do short stories. A, because it's great because I can read one before I go to bed. I can read one while I'm waiting for dinner to cook. I could read one, you can just fit them, and it's a nice feeling to begin and complete something in one sitting. And because I'm such a slow reader, I don't get that like euphoria that everybody else gets on BookTube that reads their books like 90 miles an hour. I don't have that experience. It usually takes me a course of days to get a book done, weeks, sometimes months. So that feeling is fabulous. But the stories, and this is so well written, and I have lots of things to think about But I can't wait for the discussion for this. So this one, I am almost done. That is not my actual bookmark. I kind of stopped moving it. But I think I am about, no, wait a minute. I think I am about, oh yeah, I finished that one. That one was good too. So I'm right here. I have that much more to go. I will be ready for book club this month. I was looking over, I was working on my book journal, and I was looking at my reading goals and trying to see which ones I had for last year, which ones I wanted to move into this year. And one of them was, and I had told Dee Dee that when I joined, that I may not always be there, but I'm going to come to as many as I can and read them. And I said, I need to read, I would like to be able to read at least 6 books from the book club, which I thought was great, because if you don't come every month, but you get 6 to 6 months is really pretty good, right? So I read exactly 6, I think, last year. I said, wow, I guess I met that goal. So that's a total side note, but it's really kind of funny looking at what things are coming over from my old journal and what's not. And I can't wait to kind of share that stuff with you. But that was one of the things I was thinking about, like, I missed the first month, January. I probably will miss March, so I'm already on that track. Like, is it every other month? I don't know. But this one is a home run. I can't wait to read her other books. She's definitely going to be a backlist bookwoman for me, because obviously she's no longer with us. So it is a backlist option only. But I'm definitely going to read all of her stuff after this. It's really, really good. If you get a chance to pick it up, if you get a chance to get the audio, you're in for a good ride. It's so good, right? So the other one I started is The Garment of Shadows by Laurie R. King. And I'm liking this one so far. I'm not that far into it because I kind of stopped and was like really getting into that. So I think if I finish this one, which I'm hoping to finish that one either today or tomorrow, then I will, I said it again. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one up and try to like crank through this one next week and get this one done. And then I'll feel good if I get 2 books done by the end of next week. For me, okay, that's gonna be great. I was gonna say it again. This one starts out so interesting because, like I told you, the story is about Mary Russell and Sherlock Holmes, and it's told like different chapters he's speaking and other chapters she's speaking. And what I'm really liking so far with her character is she's woken up and found herself in a place that's unfamiliar to her, dressed in really strange clothes, and it's really fun to watch how she's deducing the items around her, the smells, the sounds, the architecture, the currency, all the different things to figure out where she is. Because she doesn't even know who she is. And she's trying to figure out where she is, who she is, why she knows certain things. Like she's remembering certain things, but not knowing why she knows that. So it's very good so far. I have read a Laurie R. King book before, but I had not read this one. I did say again. Wow, do you say in your videos? I realize I do say it a lot. But imagine if I had to edit it, because I remember this person was talking, they said you have to make it look natural. Oh my goodness. It would be like if you were listening to somebody cursing and how they try to bleep them out. There would just be like cut. I would just be like cut. You would hear every other word, because it seems apparently that I say it more than I want to, but I'm sorry. That is distracting me now. I should never have said anything, because now I'm going to keep saying it. Anywho, this one is rolling along just nice. I have not started this one because I feel like I want to start this one when those 2 are done, or at least one of those are done before I pick up another one. So I am looking forward to this one. And ironically, this one is an essay collection. So they will be, and let me see how short they are. Oh yeah. Again, they're really, some of these are really short, like a couple pages. So this is the one that, they're a bunch of domestics, Black domestic workers, and it's their stories. And I can't wait, because I know there's going to be funny. Let me tell you, this one here, the Homemade Love, I think my husband thinks I'm crazy. I have so many laugh out loud moments with this book that I'm really enjoying that. And I love books that do that, because rarely do I have it. I don't think I read enough books that do that. And so I'm in search of them. I think that I love watching comedies. I love to laugh. And if I can get it in a book, even in a couple times, I know there was a couple of romance books that I had read over the past few years that there were a couple laugh out moments, and it just really made it biases me in terms of how I'm going to rate the book. I actually definitely will say if you can induce that kind of emotion and bring it out of me, then I am definitely here for you, and I'm going to give you a good rating. Because I feel like that's not easy. Everybody's decisions of what's funny or not is relative. So I definitely think that one has me laughing, and the narration is brilliant. But this one will be coming up, so it's kind of interesting. I didn't even think of this. I'll be reading 2 short story kind of collections in 1 month, and I haven't read any in a long time, so I'm happy about that. Now the other thing, I don't have them to show you, because I remember one of the things that I love to do during Black History Month for my kids is I would love to get for them, picture books. And I would love going to our library because they would always have everything on display. And the librarian was phenomenal in helping me find really great ones. And I have told you, I'm obsessed. If I had a room that was just a dedicated huge room for my books, like my own personal library, I would have a bunch of illustrators works from children's books framed all over the place, because I can just stare at them all day, and just something makes me really happy when I see them. And I love when I'm reading a book and it has beautiful imagery. So I love to find books that are both educational but also visually just you can drink it in. And what I will do when I put them in my book journal, I usually do a couple of screenshots of them, and I will print it and include it, even though the print quality isn't as great, but I get a reminder of how beautiful the work was in there. So that said, I went online today and I picked 3 children's books because, it's the same thing that people say, oh, I don't want to read YA or this and that. I don't subscribe to that. I do believe that you can read whatever you want to read, no matter what age you are, including picture books and children's books and chapter books and whatever, So I like to keep my finger on the pulse still of books that are being produced for, that are teaching things about Black history, about history in general and other cultures, and environmental books and all sorts of things. So I picked 3 books today that I want to add to my TBR, but because they're not, extensively long books, I don't feel like it's a problem, that they can be read in probably 1 sitting, and enjoyed maybe over a couple sittings, because I like to go back and look at the artwork again after I finish, which I just nerd out on it. So I found 3, I got them on my Kindle, but I'm not going to show you the covers of them until probably next week, because I was able to put on hold 2 of these books, and I really want the tactile, hold it, big page, big books, flip through, like engage with the art. So 2 should be coming. So I will show these to you again in a future video. I'm just going to tell you what they are in here, and then that's it. So the first one is called Chef Edna, and the cover is amazing. It's by Melvina Noel, and let's see if I can get the cover. Okay, here. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is so pretty, and I hope it will show on the screen. This is why I also want to get the book. So I said I wasn't going to show you. Then I lie. I always say, oh, I'm not. Remember when we were doing my books for the blind book thing, and I looked back at that video and I said, I'm not going to tell you the description of these books because it's going to take up all this time and blah, 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 blah. And don't you know, I sat there and told you the description of the book. So I lied. I'm going to show you, because even the digital is still beautiful, and hopefully you'll see it. If you don't, you'll see it when I get the actual book, because this is one I was able to find. And it's it's Chef Edna, Queen of Southern Cooking, Edna Lewis. And look at this book cover. Can you see it? Can you see it? It is stunning. I don't know if you can see it, so I'm just gonna try to hold it and see. Oh, I can kind of see the reflection on the back of my phone case. So there we go. I can see. You can see it. Anyway, beautiful. And it's the illustrated is illustrated by Caldecott Honoree and Coretta Scott King Honoree, Cosby A. Cabrera. Look at that again, one more time. So this one, see if I can go to the description of it. Yes. Edna loved to cook. Growing up on a farm in Freetown, Virginia, she learned the value of fresh, local, seasonal food from her Mama Daisy, how to measure ingredients for biscuits using coins, to listen closely to her cakes to know when they were done. Edna carried these traditions with her all the way to New York, where she became a celebrated chef, who could even turn traditional French food into her signature Southern style. The author of several cookbooks and the recipient of numerous awards, Chef Edna introduced the world to the flavors of her home. And it goes on. And it's just beautiful. So I'm excited about learn about Chef Edna. The next one I was able to also secure. The third one, I don't know, I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to just read the ebook, which is better than nothing. And then that one, this is the cover on this one. It's very purple, and this is the Harlem Renaissance, Racial Justice in America, Excellence and Achievement. And it's by Hendrick Nichols with Kalisa Wing. And that's the cover of that one. Isn't that nice? It's a nice one too. Sometimes even the most simple ones are really, really pretty too. And this one obviously is about the Harlem Renaissance. And I want to see how they're conveying information and how much information. And I'll also try to find out what the target age is for these books. I'm just gonna see it again. And then the last one I can't find. I am gonna just have to read it on here, and that's okay. But it's called The Ashe Brothers: How Arthur and Johnny Changed Tennis Forever. It's about Arthur Ashe and his brother, and how his brother basically was very pivotal in his career. And this is by Judy Ellen Dodson, and it's illustrated by David Wilkerson. And this is the cover, which is adorable. Let's see that one. So there's that one. So those are the three that are going to be in my Black History Month. Pick up some. If you get a chance, don't feel shy. I always, and when I do take them, I usually take them for here's one thing I would say. If you take them out, take them for a short period so that another child can have access to that book. Because I'm in awe of these books, and being able to, to be able to like see the artwork and to see the information that they're trying to impart to the young. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading, and hopefully I will get everything done. It looks like I'm on track to get. I think I can do it. I do think I can do it. Even saying that without having started this one, because if this is anything as good as The Homemade Love, I think I'm going to do all right with this one. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really fun to read. I'm not going to want to put it down. And what else am I going to share with you? Well, every year I always go to the stores to see what they have for Black History Month. And if you were with me last year, which I hope you're still here, I did some, oh wow, I would just say it a lot. Wow, okay. I did some shopping and I got some stuff last year. This year, I went and I was really disappointed in my Target because they put all the Black History stuff in the back of the store, right, like tucked into the maternity section. Not sure where the logic was. And it was so small, and there's very little bit of inventory. So I don't know what that says. Either they didn't think they were going to sell it, they didn't want to promote it, or people miraculously in the few days of this month before I went, bought everything. So I am going to go to another store because there is something I do want to get at the other store, and I want to pick up another bag for my sister. So I usually always grab the totes that they have, and this one is no exception. It's a beautiful, I don't know if the color is going to be conveyed to you. It's kind of a mustard, green, the army green color. But this is what's even more fabulous about it. It's got nice black handles that are adjustable, which is nice. But look at this, bam, like bam, a big red interior with a zipper, 2 pouches. But I love that. Like, say you're out and you got your bag. Let's just to show you an example. So you're out with your cute little bag and you're like, ooh, do. I got my books. I'm gonna go to the cafe or whatever, and I'm gonna read. And you go, oh wait, I have to get something out of my bag. And you go and you reach into your bag and you go like this. What? Everybody's gonna be like, wow, look at that bag. It's so fancy. Look at the red. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. And it's just really nice. It has a little nice zipper to it, so you don't have to worry about things being, falling out, people reaching their hand in. Gorgeous. And it still has the padded pockets on the side. Last year I got the similar one, was black with fuchsia inside. It was phenomenal and I loved it. Still use it. So I'm happy about this. And I want to snag one of these for my sister, but they only had one left. This one is by HBCU Design Challenge 2023. Izuchukwu Mba from Talladega College, one of the winners of the HBCU Design Challenge. And this is a design competition in which students from historically Black colleges and universities submit designs for Target's celebration of Black History Month. Winners and finalists win prizes, mentoring opportunities, and a chance for their art to appear in Target stores. So this is one. And the back is like this. So you're not really crazy about the back, the cover. You can go this side, but I like both sides. I think it's really, really pretty. And I love the red inside. It matches her lips and her shirt too. So there's that. There's another tote that I want. They didn't have it, but I'm gonna go to another store this weekend and see if I can snag it. And this is the pattern it is. It looks like this. So, which is nice because it can still go in this bag. It's very close in palette color. This is like a little pouch, which I'm going to use it for my pencils, my craft pencils and stuff like that, or markers and highlighters, so I can put stuff in there to carry with me. So it has a zipper. The inside is the same kind of color as this on the inside, and it's a good size. Like, it's probably about like 8 inches long, maybe. And it's got a really nice sturdy zipper on it. I think this is only $5. And this one I think is this. Okay, so this one here, this is the thing. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this quick story because I'm always chatty on Friday. This one says it's Dahlia Thibodeau from Silverdale, Washington, right? I think so. It says Delia is a Gee's Bend quilter and namesake of her grandmother, Delia Bennett. She learned to quilt from the women in her family, and just like them, doesn't like to waste a scrap of fabric. Okay. So I went to tell my friend, who is like an amazing quilt artist. I mean, she just does beautiful things. And I was like, oh, I wanted to let you know that they're selling some stuff at Target, and they are based on this Quilters Guild or Bend, called Gee's Bend, right? So she forwards me, which I don't think I kept it right here, but she forwarded me information about, and what I can do is I'll try to find a link when I post this video about this group so that you can learn something. My gripe is that Target had an opportunity to have a teaching moment by incorporating this in their collection for Black History Month, and they wrote this thing that she's named after her grandmother, and she learned to quilt from women in her family, and she doesn't like to waste a scrap of fabric. That's what they wrote, rather than talk about Gee's Bend and how this and a couple other groups who were together were used this to raise money during the civil rights movement. And it talks, there's a whole article that she sent me about this group that they could have slapped together 3 or 4 lines. They could even put a link where you can learn more, right? Well, take an opportunity. But to say this was just, it's almost insulting, because she doesn't want to waste fabric. That's the best you could do. Like, you couldn't tell anything about the organization. So I'm going to leave a link because my brain is not going to remember all the facts that I read in her email, but I will put them on this post. So take a chance if you do and read it about them as well. It's really lovely. So anyways, I got this right for $5, and then I got this one, which is really neat. And this one comes with a little notebook inside that says Gee's Bend on it. It's just a grid format, but you can slip any other book that you have in here because it's got the, losing things. It's got the little pocket here for you to do it, and it's got 2 pockets over here, 2 little slots for your pens, and then you can throw that in there. So I'm like loving this. This was $15. Which I still think isn't a bad price because you can reuse this and reuse this and reuse this, which I intend to do. And I have a lot of journals that are this size, so this would be really lovely to just be able to carry it around in that. And if I get the coordinating bag, there's a tote bag. It's a little different design than this, but very pretty, that has this pattern on it as well. I'm going to get it, and then I'll have those 3. But in the interim, these still go nicely inside of here. They're very close. In colors, especially this one, I think holds more closely to it because it has that color in it, that wine color. But yeah, so there's that, and I got this. Oh, this is the cup you could get. That's only gripe is it's kind of thin on the top, the little twisty part. So, but really nice, and it holds water. It's really good. So those were my Black History finds. Let me know if you found anything. I couldn't hit up our Michaels because it's closed. They closed ours. I guess they weren't getting enough shopping. I don't know. Their sales were down. So I went in and snagged some things out of there a week ago. And then I drove by there this week and they're like permanently closed. So very sad about that. But I usually like to go there and see what they have too. But yeah, I'm liking it. I think you should get it. I think you should get this bag if you can. I think they're really pretty, and I think that these students at these colleges were doing some really good stuff. So anyway, let me know what you're reading. How is your February going? Are you reading any Black History Month? Do you recommend any really good children's picture books for Black History Month? I said I used to give tons of them this time of year for my kids, and we would go through reading them. And without them being that young, I kind of just tend to read my own stuff, but I did want to pick up a couple this year to read and see what's out there. So let me know what you're reading, and I am going to talk to you guys next week. Bye!